hopefully it's all right. And I haven't put the answers in there again. So question number 1 is, you're going to have to see the picture or this isn't going to make sense. But the question is, what is this part of Anthem of the Seas called? And the picture is this one. Mary says, you're the break I need from insurance spreadsheets. I feel that. I feel that so much. It feels so good that it's the weekend. It was absolutely fabulous. So what is that part of the Anthem of the Seas called? That is question number 1. I even put an arrow on there for you. That's probably the most editing I've ever done in this cruise trivia, so I hope you like it. Let me know what you guys are up to this weekend. If you can go outside again, let me know. We kind of can here in the UK-ish, but most things are closed and I'm not risking going out too far. It looks so bright on my face, and this is just daylight. I can't believe it's actually daylight. Emma is wearing her, well, we call it Where's Wally, and Americans call it Where's Waldo, but I'm wearing my Where's Waldo shirt, yes. This is one of my favourite t-shirts, and I remember when I bought it, I was standing there debating it for ages, thinking, don't know, it's a bit brave t-shirt for me, but I'm glad that I got it. So yeah, I like it. It stands out. I genuinely get changed to do these trivias because I'm mostly just wearing, you know, black, grey, pajamas, Christmas clothes, not things that stand out on YouTube. So yeah, this is Spyro the Dragon. Yes, I have a Spyro the Dragon here, and I wanted to see if anyone else loves Spyro the Dragon. I used to love playing it when I was younger on PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, all that kind of stuff. Mary says she'll be at the grocery store at 6 AM tomorrow. Oof, 6 AM on a Saturday. That's crazy talk. Okay, question number 2 is, which is the only mainstream cruise line to cruise to Norway year-round? I've been doing a lot of research on Norway and places closer to the UK so that I can cruise there without having to fly. I'm really hoping to do a cruise that doesn't involve flying soon, so hopefully that'll be good. The squash for today is, it's peach and raspberry. Oof, I'm getting very exotic. That's my very squeaky chair, if you can hear. That's not me, that's a squeaky chair. But it is peach and raspberry. Very, very exotic. But yeah, it's lovely, lovely. Okay, yeah, I've put together like so much research on Norway. There's a few cruise lines that cruise kind of, they do the odd one maybe in winter and the odd one in summer, but this is the only cruise line that consistently goes, you know, you look at any time of the year, you'll find them there. Try pineapple squash. I have tried kind of like orange and pineapple, not just pineapple on its own, but this is very nice. Sorry to Jenny, who should have been going to Norway tomorrow. I'm sorry, super, super sorry. Iona will be fantastic. If you rebooked on there, then I'm sure you'll have a great time. I'm booked on Iona for January, which will be absolutely brilliant. Can't wait. Okay, on to question number 3, I think. Which cruise line does this ship belong to? And the photo is this one. And I even put an arrow there for you so that you can see. You can see. It doesn't quite look like that anymore, but it still is owned by the same cruise line, so. Everyone's upset that my chair is squeaky. It's not my chair. I have light here on the other side, and it's squeaking against the light. It's not the new chair, don't worry. So which cruise line does that cruise ship belong to? Say raspberry again. I love your accent. Thanks. I don't know how else to pronounce raspberry. Raspberry. Okay. I see lots of answers there. Lots of. Not going to say anything. I'm going to try and not give away the answers, but that's really hard. Hope you guys have had an okay day. Mine's been just really stressful, and to top it all off, my 90s versus noughties cruise has been cancelled. I don't think that's that surprising, but it's still very sad. I still really wanted to go on that cruise. It was for September. And it would have just been a nice weekend away. I went last year. It was so much fun. If you haven't seen my videos from the 90s cruise I took last year, definitely check it out because it's one of the just strangest cruises I've ever been on, but so much fun. And I was really looking forward to doing it again this year with some friends, but it has been cancelled. It has been cancelled. And we're hoping just to rebook. Morella are either doing a refund or cash credit with 10%. 10% doesn't really seem very good. I feel like the price might go up 10% because I got a really good deal. So yeah. Michael says naughties are still funny. Wish I'd known that term 20 years ago. I honestly have no idea what you would call the naughties if you didn't call it the naughties. It's just the naughties. There's nothing else. If you have to say the 2000s, then that's 2 words, and that's just not. It's just not doable. You need a nice catchy thing like naughties. Mr. Wig and Dave said you only paid for it last week. Yes, the payment deadline was literally 1 week before they cancelled it, which is so annoying. If they'd just waited a week, I wouldn't have paid it. Rubbish. Very, very rubbish. But it's not a surprise. It was pretty much going to happen. I remember when this first happened, I was at work with my friends who I'm going on the cruise with. And when we first got sent home from the office, we were saying, you know, I had a cruise in April, so I was saying, oh, the April cruise is cancelled, but I don't think that they're going to cancel the September one. And at that time, the impression was like, as if they'll cancel the September one. September is so far away, it'll all be over by then, distant memory. And it's not. It's not, we're still here. You say the zeros. That I don't like that. I've never heard anyone say that. Call it the zeros. The 90s versus zeros. I'm not having that. I'm sticking with naughties. 10% does seem kind of cheap, yeah. I think people have had problems with TUI trying to get refunds and things, but we're planning on rebooking because it was so much fun, and it's not. They do it once a year. It's a theme cruise. No one else does it. So hopefully I can rebook and I can get on there, but we'll have to just wait and see, I think. So let's go on to question number 4, which is, what does the abbreviation B2B mean when talking about cruise bookings? There are so many cruise abbreviations and cruise terms that I honestly don't even know half of them. I don't use some of them. When people say, I don't even know. People have funny words to reference their like partner, and it's just hard. It's just hard. I understand why people who are kind of new to cruising get really overwhelmed, because I've been in here my whole life and I'm still kind of confused by some of the conversations that go on. And some of them, they don't even save time. It's just more difficult. Tim says, I say 2000s, but naughties is much better. That's good. I'm hoping to spread the term naughties around and we can do more and more naughties cruises. If you do ever miss one of these trivias, they're all live and waiting for you all the time on my channel. What I'm doing now is I'm going through and kind of chopping it so that it starts at the start of the trivia, because I do tend to waffle on for the first 5 minutes, but I want everybody to be here and I want to just say hi to you all. So I have been trimming them so that when you turn on the video, it will start at the trivia. If you do want to watch any of the old ones, there's 12 there now waiting for you. Emma, what does the pineapple mean? People laugh at it, but I don't get it. Could you explain it, please? Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, if you have a pineapple and you put it on your cabin door, or some people say your clothes or whatever, it means that you're a person or a couple who is looking for other people or couples to get to know well on your cruise. It's for people who swingers. So now, now everyone just tags me in pineapple things. Apparently that's the thing. I don't know how much. I don't know if I know anyone who does that, to be honest with you. But apparently, if it doesn't harm anyone, then feel free, people. Feel free. Okay, we say the 2Ks, like 2000s or 2Ks. I quite like 2Ks. Okay. I'm late. I forgot today was Friday. Me too. It doesn't feel like a Friday. But thank goodness it's the weekend. It's been the longest week ever. Okay, question number 5. What colour are the lifeboats on a Disney cruise? I've done a lot of research about Disney cruises this week too. There's a new post on my website all about everything that's included on a Disney cruise. I'm sure you probably, like me, have looked at Disney cruises and thought, like, if I win the lottery, fair enough, I'll go on a Disney cruise. But it's just way out of my budget, way out of my budget. But looking at this post, and it says everything that's included, it does make sense. It is a premium kind of product, but if it's for me or not, I don't know. Probably would prefer to cruise more times rather than on a more expensive cruise line. But yeah, I see you've crossed the 23k, onward and upwards. I have crossed 23k, which I can't think of 23,000 people. Can you even imagine 23,000 people? It's terrifying. If you could all share this with one friend, that would be nearly 50k. Maybe you could share it with a couple of friends, and then we'll be on 100k. And then we'll take over the world one person at a time. That'd be fantastic. Lots of different answers for what color are the lifeboats on a Disney cruise. I hope that they're the same on all ships. They're the same on all ships that I've seen. When I was a sales rep for a cruise line, we chartered a ship for a swingers cruise. Wow. Yeah. I mean, there are cruises chartered for just about everything. People do naked cruises. People do all kinds of stuff. It's fine as long as you don't accidentally book one of those cruises and you didn't mean to, because that's a surprise. Okay, now the sun's gone in and it is dark. I'm afraid I cannot control the weather. But we've got cruise addicts in here. Hello, cruise addicts. I think I've followed you on Facebook for about 3 years. I don't know. I can't remember a time when I didn't. Premium price, full to the brim of screaming children. No thanks. Yeah, that's the thing that puts me off Disney cruises. I don't have any children, and I don't dislike children, but I don't particularly want to be on a child-centric cruise line. A lot of adults do cruise with Disney, though, who don't have kids, and they seem to really love it. So I definitely would try it, but probably not for me, to be honest. Okay, so let's move on to question 6, which is, what is the capital of Hawaii? I'm not going to say anything because I'll give it away. I'll give it away. As a solo, it's way over budget. Yeah, I can't even imagine how expensive it is for a solo cruiser to cruise with Disney. It's a lot of money. Okay, cool. It's just like the 4 Breakaway Plus class ships import together. That is terrifying. I could not do a presentation to 100 people. I would be sick. But 100,000 people can watch a video, and that's no problem. Okay, cool. I have been to that place. I'm not going to say it though, because I'll give away the answer. Okay, question number 7. This one has a picture to go with it too. It is, which country has the most bikes per capita? And here is a picture of some bikes and, you know, bikey related things. And that is actually the place. That's not just the trick, that is actually that place. So which place has the most bikes per capita, per head, per person there? Which country has the most bikes in the entire world? And if you've been there, you will know that this is correct. You will absolutely know this is correct. I wish that I could cycle where I live. There's no cycle paths. You take your life in your hands if you try and cycle on the road. There's not really any off-road paths either, so that's mainly the reason why I don't cycle. I do have a bike, but I don't cycle. Okay. On now to question number 8, which is, which skyline is this? And here is a picture of the skyline. Lovely little cartoon there. Hey, 75 people watching that haven't liked. Do it now. Thank you. Please do like this video. I saw something earlier about, I was kind of looking at the stats on my YouTube channel, and I love doing these trivias. I really, really love them, but you see my normal videos and then you see these, and it's like the average is something like the average watch is about 2 minutes. I know you guys come and you watch the whole thing, but I think a lot of people dip in and out and then go, oh, that's not what I wanted. And I think they normally gain me about 20 subs or something like that, which I'm very grateful for. But they never kind of have the reach of normal videos. But if you could like this video, would really appreciate it, and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. It is free, and YouTube doesn't really even tell you about your subscriptions anyway, so you have nothing to lose, but it would help me out. I'm not gonna sing that, but I like the song we've got there. Okay, cool. It looks like a Starbucks mug drawing. Yeah, it does. That's true. Maybe that's why I like it. Not that I really like Starbucks. I don't like coffee, so you know. Okay, question number 9 now. Which Cunard cruise ship is being used as a hotel in Dubai? Be careful not to name the one that is in California, because they have multiple ship hotels. I would love to go. Apparently there's 95 people that haven't liked it. We can't keep track on everyone who's coming in and going. I appreciate it, even if you just come in for 2 minutes and just say hi. This gives me something to look forward to on a Friday, and it's very, very nice to talk to you all. So thank you. Todd says, what's this week's podcast for your Patreon subscribers? I'm pretty sure I just did the last podcast 3 days ago, so I'm not due one for a little while. But that podcast was about just it was kind of just about my struggles, my YouTube struggles, and what kind of direction to take my channel in and stuff like that. Because this is a very strange time to be a cruise creator when the cruise industry is closed. Tim says, it gives us all something to look forward to. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming. It's nice to have something to make, you know. Friday is a good day, but it's nice to have something to make it a bit better. Why not? I'm doing a kind of family quiz after this one, so I'm going to be so quizzed out. And it's not going to be as good as this one because I'm not going to know all the answers. And this one, you would hope I would get them all right. Sometimes you do make me doubt myself though, but I do try. I do try. The hardest part of this is honestly thinking up these questions, because this is what, 13, and I've done 15 or 20 questions per each one. Yeah, this is a lot of cruise questions. I love how it, like, I'm sorry I cannot control the weather, but it goes from darkness to bright sun to complete darkness again. I despair. I despair. The family quiz will definitely not be live. My family don't want to be live, and I don't want to do a family quiz live. Okay, question number 10 is, which MSC cruise ship is meant to launch in September 2020? Meant to launch in September 2020. Steve says, well, technically the one in Long Beach is an ocean liner. That is true, but I feel like generally speaking, maybe us in here know the difference between a cruise ship and a liner, but I think generally speaking, people think it's the same thing. And who can blame them? You look at them, they're the same thing, so. Bruce says, I love watching this as I track the boring markets. Thank you, I'm glad this is more interesting than the boring markets for you. Ooh, Kelly says, hi gang, late again, but it's 9:20 a.m. for me and I was making stewed rhubarb at 9:20 in the morning. That's very impressive, very impressive. I'm gonna have to be very careful not to say the answer, but I've seen this cruise ship in pieces when I went to see another cruise ship in a shipyard 2 years ago. So there's a video on my YouTube channel of this cruise ship, but it's just in little squares. I watched Cruising with Jane McDonald this week. What happened to me? I like that show, but I have to say it seems like less and less cruising every single time you watch it. And as soon as she starts singing, I don't have any interest in it. But I prefer kind of the TV shows that's like, there's like mega ships, which shows you how they build the cruise ship and it goes all inside out and it's see-through. And I think that's really, really cool. The ones that show you kind of, this is how many bananas we have on board, stuff like that. Life on board kind of ones I find really interesting. But I mean, I'll watch anything to do with cruising, but I just find the Jane McDonald ones aren't really about cruising that much. It's more kind of destination focused, which is not bad, but that's what I think. What do you think of Carnival Corp scrapping 6 ships? They have 100 or something ships in their brand, so to get rid of 6 of them, they're getting rid of some every year anyway. I don't really think that's that shocking. to be honest. But at this time, of course, they're saying, loss in revenue, get rid of ships, panic, panic. And people see the name Carnival and then they think, oh no, my favorite Carnival ship's going. It's not. It's the Carnival brand, which is just, I think it's loads of cruise ships. So it's the older ones. They'll sell them off and it will be fine. It should be rebranded Cruising with Emma. See, I don't know if I could do that because I would be so nervous. I would be so nervous. I did do some filming for TV. I did some filming with ITV, which is channel 3 here in the UK, so a big channel, but it got postponed because of coronavirus. I hope that they show it one day because that's like a big achievement for me to be on TV, real TV. So hopefully when this gets back to normal, that will come back. Maybe. That was a long time ago, a really long time ago. I did it in winter and they told me to dress like it was summer. Okay, let's move on to question number 11, which is, what is the official language of Bermuda? I love how this conversation's like about rhubarb and stuff. That's really cool. I don't like rhubarb. I'm sorry, I don't like rhubarb. Maybe if it's in a crumble, I'll try it, but I don't really like rhubarb. Hi Emma, glad to see you're keeping your channel alive. Thank you. I'm not gonna kill it off now because my life, revolves around this and talking to you guys. And if I didn't, I don't know what else I would do. I'd have loads of time on my hands. So I'm just going to keep going. And I hope you guys like everything I'm producing. What do you think the future of cruises now, social distancing and all? I think short term is going to be very, very different. But I think by the time we get to a year's time, 2 years time, it's probably going to be relatively back to normal. I think there'll be more emphasis on hygiene, which is always good. They're not planning on wearing masks. There's kind of not that much you can do. They say they're going to reduce the capacity, but are they really? Don't know. I think only time will tell. It'll probably be weird for the next year or so. After that, it'll be completely fine. My dad loves rhubarb. Hi, Dad. Kelly says, sorry, didn't mean to hijack. You can hijack this conversation about anything you like. We get some weird comments in here sometimes, but I have some fantastic patron moderators in here who are looking after the chat for me, and rhubarb chat is absolutely allowed. Absolutely allowed. Sunny Travel says, hello, just stopping by before a client call. I'll watch later. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you later. Question number 12 now, which is, Valetta is the capital of which country? Richard says, good plan, keep the cruise blogging in your life. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of blogging because kind of it's different with blogging because you write something and it's there forever. So when we do get back to cruising, there is so much content on my website. There's 400 posts or something now. So it should be a fountain of knowledge, I'm hoping, by the time we get back there. Thank you, Henry, for the super chat. He says, I remember when your channel started. It's good to see your channel grow. I remember when I was one of the first few that commented on your videos. I remember this too. I can't remember any time, Henry, when you didn't comment on my videos. Like, I can't remember at all. So thank you so much. I wonder how many times we've spoken over the last 3 years. Probably loads, but thank you so much. And thank you for your super chat. Okay. Let's move on to question number 13, which is, what is the whale tail on a Carnival cruise ship? I don't think I've ever, until recently, I haven't heard it referred to as a whale tail, but apparently this is a very common thing. So what is a whale tail on a Carnival cruise ship? I'm worried that the Mardi Gras for December was already sold out before they stopped taking bookings. I don't want to get bumped off. Yeah. Thanks, Moman. Do you have a course on saving money on cruising? I have exactly this, Moman, and I feel like you know that, but thank you for asking and thank you for mentioning it. I have recently launched a course. I appreciate we're in the middle of a pandemic, maybe not the best time, but the feedback I've had has been fantastic. It's been so good to chat to you and kind of get to know a few of you much better. So if you are interested in learning how to cruise on a budget, but really well, not a rubbish cruise, a good cruise on a budget, definitely check out my cruise course. It's called How to Cruise for Less, and it is on my website, which is technically called cruisingisn'tjustforoldpeople.com, but man, that is a long name and I'm fed up of typing it. So if you type in emmacruises.com, you'll be redirected to my website, and that is the best thing I've done in a long time. So if you want to just try it, search emmacruises.com and you'll be redirected, and my course is on there. So thank you for asking, Moman. Really appreciate it. Okay. Paul says, I hope that that's water you're drinking. Why? Why would you drink plain water? It's awful. Life is too short. This is squash. This is peach and raspberry squash. Very hydrating, full of fruit juices, vitamins. Fantastic. Okay. I hope you're not anti-squash, Paul, because we don't have room in here for anti-squash people. Squash is a big part of this cruise trivia. Okay, so question number 14 is a picture one. It is, on which cruise line will you find this aft pool? And I think this is the most amazing picture. There you go. Any guesses on the aft pool of that cruise ship? Lots of comments there about squash. Always On said, Sean and Steph turned me onto your channel last year. Love it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sad news the other day from Steph. Sorry, off topic. Love your channel. It's sad news. If you do know Sean and Steph, Sean is having chemotherapy for cancer, and his platelet levels or something was too low, so they had to stop chemotherapy, but it's back up now. They're back on chemo. Things are going as well as they can go. I think I spend a lot of my time just making ridiculous videos and sending them to Sean and Steph. They're meant to cheer them up, but it may just be me being annoying, but you know. Okay, cool. We've got some people who know that one. On to question number 15 now. This is the last question, and it is, what is the biggest cruise ship in the world? And we're nearly at half an hour, so I have done this perfectly timing wise, I think, because we're going to go through again all of the questions with the answers, and I'll let you guys answer it. I'll put some answers on the screen and we'll see how many you all get. So we're here now, and it is what we would call 5:30. And often I will say things like, oh, it's 5:30, and people will be like, what? It's 5:30, but we don't really say 5:30. We say 5:30 or 5:15, 10 to 5. That's kind of how we would say it. So if you want to be a bit more British and say that it's 5:30, then there you go. Or you can just say it's past. If someone says, what's the time, you just say it's past. And you're kind of just assumed that you will know the hour. That one catches me out quite a lot. You're like, past what? 2, 3, 4, 5? But yeah, that is one thing. Another thing is when we're talking about a date. Here in the UK, I'd say, oh, that's on the 12th of September. That's what I'd say, on the 12th of September. And in America, you say like September 12th. It's shorter and it probably makes more sense. But that's one thing that I need to think about. Michael says, why wouldn't 5:30 be 4:30? How is 5:30 4:30? It's 5:30, but it's just shortened. It's not 5:25. Okay. So it's 9:30. Okay, so it's 9:30, wherever Kelly is. Now I understand that because it's in British speaking. I've always wondered why in British English you would say in 15 minutes time as opposed to in 15 minutes. I don't think I would. I think I would just say 15 minutes, or maybe, do I say that? Do I say it's true in 15 minutes time? I might do. I don't know. It's just more. It's a finished sentence. I think people want to finish their sentences. Right, so we're going to go back to question number 1 now, and I will ask the question again, get your answers, put them on the screen. Great success, 15 out of 15 for everybody, I'm sure. So question number 1 is, what is this part of Anthem of the Seas called? And we have this picture where I have drawn a lovely arrow for you guys, and we're pointing there at the thing that I nearly said, very nearly said. I am very upset that my cruise is cancelled, even though I knew that it would be. I'm still feeling a bit deflated, like, because now I just wish they hadn't made me pay for it last week and then cancelled it within a week. It's just annoying because it's not just me going, it's friends going, and I've organised it and I convinced them to go on a cruise, and you probably know how hard it is to get someone to go on a cruise. Convince them, and it just doesn't even exist anymore. Not my fault, but yeah. The answer is the North Star. Yes, lots of North Star answers here. Lots and lots and lots. My British friend says bollocks a lot. I think I say that a lot. Not going to say it too much on this channel though, because they'll take my monetization away. They'll turn that off my channel. Okay, yeah, it is North Star, so you can have a point if you got North Star. Well done to everybody who got that one. I've never been in there. I think it's free on some cruise ships and not on others, which is odd. I think that's right. I don't know why. Okay, question number 2 is, which is the only mainstream cruise line to cruise to Norway year-round? Parker Smith says, hi, sorry I'm late. I don't mind if you're late. Thank you for coming, Parker Smith. Any guesses on the mainstream cruise line that cruises to Norway year-round? There are some cruise lines that do the odd one here and there, but I have been through and looked at every single month, and I put together so much information on this. The answer is Hurtigruten. Hurtigruten. And this is, I can't spell it either, and I can't pronounce it. Hurtigruten. Hurtigruten. That one. That is the answer. If you put that, you can have it. I don't care how you spelt it. Honestly, I don't care how you spell any of these because I have no spelling skills at all. I feel like you either have spelling and kind of writing in your brain, or you have kind of logic and maths. I work in data, I have a maths degree. It's not the spelling that's in there at all. Have you ever done Antarctica, or would you like to? Ooh, I would, but man, those cruises are expensive. If they were ever not expensive, then maybe, yeah. But yeah, not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Liam says, back, what did I miss? We're going through the answers now. Is that a mainstream cruise line? I think so. I wrote about it in my cruise course, which has only got mainstream cruise lines in it, and that's what I'm counting on. Okay, cool. Question number 3. Which cruise line does this ship belong to? And the picture is there. Hello to Mike, who loved Bermuda. Jeremy says, Hudson Cruises would be an amazing YouTube channel. Hudson in little sailor outfits doing cruise things. I'd love to do that. I don't think Hudson would, and I cannot start up another YouTube channel. It's so hard just to run one. Steve says, is there any ship you really want to try, Emma? I really want to try the big Royal Caribbean cruise ships. I would love to go on kind of Oasis, Harmony, any of those ones. Really would. They're just not really around here anytime soon, so don't know when that'll happen. The answer is NCL. Yes, NCL, Norwegian, NCL. Well done if you put NCL or Norwegian. You can have a point for that one. Okay, cool. I'll check the answers later. Break time's over. Don't forget to say hi. This is, I think his name's Armando. It's so hard when you guys have usernames that are not words. Please, just call your channel your name. If your name's Armando, then hello. If not, I'm sorry. But I'm trying my best. It is the Norwegian Spirit, and it is before she had her artwork changed. Yes, this is how I think of the Norwegian Spirit, but she doesn't look like that anymore. Have you done a Christmas cruise? I've been on 2 Christmas cruises. One was with Norwegian and one was with MSC, and they were very different. The Norwegian one was very Christmassy and the MSC one wasn't really very Christmassy. it was really strange. It was brilliant to be cruising at Christmas and not be at home, not have to do dishes and stress about things. But the MSC one was just really not very Christmassy. I mean, all the waiters had Christmas hats on and stuff, but it just didn't. They had Christmas shows, but it just didn't feel that Christmassy. I don't know if it's just because I'm not used to Italian Christmas, maybe, but definitely cruise at Christmas if you ever can. Okay, question number 4. What does the abbreviation B2B mean when talking about cruise bookings? Little bit curious, would Virgin Voyages still invite you to go on board Valiant Lady? I doubt it, because Valiant Lady is exactly the same as Scarlet Lady. So I would still be like, guys, there's still no bedside tables. Guys, the bathroom is still small. You haven't changed it yet. I would love them to change some things and invite me back. That'd be amazing. Or invite me just for a proper cruise. That would be great. But I don't think that's going to happen, and that's fine. Liam says the old Hull art was better. I think so too. I agree. The answer is back to back. Yes, it is back to back, back to back, back to back, back to back. Business to business. Yeah, no, we're not talking about work stuff. We're talking about back to back in terms of cruising. Or back to ack. I know what you mean. You can have back to back. I haven't really done a back to back cruise where you just kind of stay on the ship. That would be fun. Paula says, haha, your video on Virgin was so funny. I didn't mean it to be funny. I put a lot of effort into that. I scripted it. That's one of the only videos I've scripted, so I made sure I had good point, bad point, chapters, everything in there. So that's what I did. Okay, let's go on to question number 5 now, which is, what colour are the lifeboats on a Disney cruise ship? Disney cruise ship. Normally they're orange. Generally speaking, they're orange. I think that is, or I hope that's widely accepted as being the colour of lifeboats. I think it is. Yeah, the answer is yellow. Well done to Parker Smith. Well done to Brandon. Well done to everybody else who got yellow. The answer is yellow for, apparently, Mickey Mouse yellow. Michael says, I booked some back-to-back cruises. Oh, it's gone. For clients next year. Can't believe I spaced that answer. Sorry, Michael. You got your business head on rather than your cruise head. As soon as it hit 5 p.m, I took off my work brain and threw it away. And it's gone. And now it's cruise head. Disney makes me throw a wobbly because of the cruise prices. They're very, very pricey. Mickey's shoes are yellow. Interesting. I'm not a massive Disney fan. I've watched more Disney films since lockdown than the rest of my life because we have Disney Plus, and I've been catching up on all of the like classic Disney films, which are good. Some of them are really scary, but yeah, they had to get special permission to do it. Interesting. Sounds like they went to a lot of effort just to make it yellow. When it does look nice, it does look nice. I do really like the look of the Disney cruise ships. I think they look really nice. Throw a wobbly, what? How do you describe throw a wobbly? Just like have a tantrum. Do you say tantrum? Like when a small child has a bit of a meltdown. That's like throwing a wobbly. I hope that makes sense. Okay. They need to be fairly brightly coloured. Yeah, it wouldn't be very good if they were just brown or something like that, like grey or brown. They would just blend in. My mum says 3 Christmas cruises. Mum, I don't remember what was the 3rd Christmas cruise. 2, I don't know. Norwegian Spirit, Norwegian Epic. I don't know. Okay, cool. A hissy fit. Good definition. Freak out. A wobbly is a hissy fit. Yeah, I think that's as good as you're going to get for a definition. So question number 6 is, what is the capital of Hawaii? Moa Man says, when your lawnmower won't start, that's a wobbly. Yeah, I think that's every so often I catch myself saying a phrase, or I say a phrase in a video that I think is completely normal, and I have to explain it to someone, and then I can't explain it because you know, and every so often I try and explain something. I look up the reason, and apparently it's common knowledge or common slang, and I had no idea. The answer is Honolulu. Yes, I have been to Honolulu, but I was 11 years old, and I probably didn't appreciate it as much as now. Mum says I'm Merivia. Yeah, I think I only feel like I've done 2 Christmas cruises because that one was just not Christmassy. It was really strange. The Norwegian ones were good, really good. They have these big gingerbread houses, and they do carols in the atrium and that kind of stuff. Jenny says, how old were you on your very first cruise? I was 11 years old. 11 years old. I want to find the videos from that because I know that there are some family videos. I think it'd be funny to see what I was doing. Just eating cookies and stuff, probably. Oh, Bruce says too many tender ports in Hawaii. Did not like that. I think tenders are quite fun sometimes. It's the best way to get pictures of the ship anyway. But yeah, they can be just boring and just queuing up for ages, lining up for ages. That's not fantastic. Okay, question number 7 is, which country has the most number of bikes per capita? And we have this nice picture I found for you there. Hope that gives you a clue. Not sure that it does, just pictures of bikes. But I tried to find pictures for you. Parker Smith says, cool, my parents took me on a cruise when I was less than 1 year old. I think that's why I love cruising so much. That's amazing. There's no other words. Emma, are you a full-time YouTuber or do you also run a travel agency? Neither of those options. I'm a data warehouse developer for a group of car insurers. This is just part-time YouTube, blog, social media, all that kind of stuff. By day, insurance industry. Woohoo! Okay, yep, the answer is the Netherlands. Yes, the Netherlands. It looks like tulip fields. It does. The answer is the Netherlands. Netherlands, Netherlands. Netherlands, 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 Netherlands. Liam says tenders make me seasick. I mean, I get really quite seasick, but I tend to be all right on tenders because they're just kind of 10, 15 minutes, and you normally have the fresh air coming in, and I think that really helps. I get seasick, I think, more if I'm enclosed and you can't see the sea. I think that's when your brain gets confused. But for me, tenders, I'm normally okay-ish. Mark says, lol, good for you. You should open a cruise agency. People love you. See, I'd have no problem booking people on cruises. Chatting to people about cruises, fine. But some of the complaints that people come up with when they're on a cruise or they come back from a cruise, I would be like, I don't know. I don't think I'd be patient enough. Maybe one day, but for now, not for now. Not for now. Okay, so let's move on to question. What question are we on? What question are we on, guys? We're on this one. Which skyline is this? And here is your pretty little skyline. Thank you so much for saying that you love me. I appreciate it. If I had, you know, extra days in the week and I could part-time travel agency, I could probably just book you guys on cruises and stuff. But yeah, for now, just buy my cruise course if you want a cheap cruise, and then you'll know all of my secrets and you won't need me. I think that's the plan. It is New York. New York. New York is one of the coolest places I've ever cruised to, because that cruise in, out, whatever you're doing, amazing. So good. Definitely visit New York if you can. New York is one of those places that I think is amazing, really cool to visit, but I find it hard to think that people live there. Like, I know people live there, but it just seems so surreal. I can't imagine living in New York. I'm so used to living here where we're just surrounded by green hills everywhere, and it's very like lush and green, and New York is very concrete. Very cool. It's very, very different from where I am. Jamie says, what is the green building? I don't know that either. Does anyone know what this one is? You can't see. The green square. Anyone know that one? I don't know that one. Okay. Living in New York is like living in London. Yeah, I can imagine so. I don't think I'd want to live in London either. I live close to London, but close enough, I think. Where in England are you located? I am in sunny Sussex, which is not so sunny right now. It's pretty dark, but lovely, lovely Sussex. Okay, cool. Michael says it's a tough time to have an agency. Just bought one as my retirement plan. End of last year. It's been a tough year. I mean, you hope that this is their absolute bottom and it can't get worse from here, Michael, because that is bad timing. Really, really bad timing. Hopefully things will pick up. I think people are booking cruises again now. But yeah, we have an answer. It is the UN building, apparently. There's quite a lot of answers for that. So I'm going to go with that as the answer. Baby. You guys know more than me. We have a lot of Americans in here. The main demographic of my YouTube audience is American, then UK, Australia, Canada, various other places, but mostly Americans. Okay, question number 9. Which Cunard ship is being used as a hotel in Dubai? David says, you're in Sussex. I thought you were in Southampton. I'm not in Southampton. I've never been in Southampton. If I was in Southampton, I'd be down there looking at the cruise ships all the time. But I'm not far from Southampton, so I can get there quite quickly. It is the QE2. Yes, QE2. QE2, 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 2, 2. Well done, everybody. You got QE2. Yeah, I'd love to visit. That sounds really cool. Question number 10 now. Which MSC cruise ship was meant to launch in September 2020? Very sad. I was thinking about doing a YouTube video about the cruise ships that are supposed to be coming out in 2020, 2021. What's happening to them now? They're delayed, cancelled, things like that. I'm doing one of my favorite types of YouTube video this week, and it's just a hacks, money-saving tips, the stuff that I really, really like. I don't know if people are looking for that at the moment. I don't know if people are booking cruises that much, but it's what I want to share with the world, so I'm going to do it. And I hope you guys like it, pretty much. It is the Virtuosa. Yes, Virtuosa. I have seen her in pieces, very, very small pieces. Very small pieces. She's just delayed, I think, at the moment. But MSC pop out cruise ships like it's nothing. They pop out, honestly, like a couple of times a year, I swear. At least one a year. Okay. Cool. Let's move on to question 11, which is, what is the official language of Bermuda? Official language of Bermuda. Brandon says, cruise ship updates would be an awesome video. I may do that then. I may do that for next week. Thing is at the moment, things change as soon as I learn them, which make things really hard. But I can bring you the latest, the information, and that is it. So what is the official language of Bermuda? It is English. Yes, it is English. English, 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 English. Yes, I've been to Bermuda too. Very cool. That was the same trip where we did New York and Bermuda. Fabulous. Okay, cool. So question number 12. Valetta is the capital of which country? I had a comment from last week's trivia that said that me drinking was annoying. And I'm sorry if this is annoying, but it's hard to speak for an hour. It makes me very thirsty. So you're going to have to deal with it. Parker Smith says, I heard that Carnival Corp sold 6 of their ships. Do you know if it's true? They're planning on selling 6 ships, but that is within the whole corporation. So there's 100 ships, and they sell ships all the time. So I don't think that's as big a news story as it's made out to be. But the answer to that question, Valetta is the capital of which country, is Malta. Yes, lovely place, Malta. Is there a lot to do for multi-night stays on Bermuda? I don't really know that much. If anyone in the comments has any recommendations for things to do in Bermuda, please leave them, or ask our Facebook group. Please join us at Cruising Isn't Just for Old People on Facebook. I guarantee people in there will know what to do in Bermuda. I just don't. Okay, cool. So yeah, the answer to that one is Malta. Moving on to question 13, which is, what is the whale tail on a Carnival cruise ship? Michael says those Carnival cruise ships were scheduled to be sold off anyway. Yeah, so they're just speeding that up, which makes perfect sense right now. I'm sure other cruise lines will do the same thing. It makes sense. Anyway, they can get some money. Does make sense. Yes, it is funnel. Funnel, 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 funnel. It is their blue funnel that goes like this, and that is the whale tail, apparently. The smokestack, yeah, you can also have the smokestack or funnel, either of those. Oh, Bermuda is fun, says 2 chickens. Bermuda is lovely. Really easy just to wander around, and they have weird British things there. It's very strange. Okay, let's go to question number 14, which is a picture. On which cruise line will you find this aft pool? And the aft pool is this one. That one does make me feel a bit sick. I didn't take this picture. I've never been on this cruise ship. But even still, it's kind of instantly recognizable just from most cruise ships don't really have this, this strange bit at the back. I think it's very cool. I'd love to cruise on this cruise ship. Any guesses for just the cruise line? If you know the cruise ship, oh, straight in there, Wayne, with Seaside MSC. Yep, it is the MSC Seaside. Seaside class, yeah, it could be Sea View, I suppose. Not too sure if they're exactly the same. I haven't been on either Seaside or Sea View, but this one was Seaside. Seaside. Yeah, the ship for the sun. That's nice. What we've got in Bermuda, aquarium, caves. Street fairs on Wednesday, tons of stuff. If all fails, you can go to Marks and Spencer's, the English shop. Okay, cool. Well done to everybody who got that one from that picture. I think that's, honestly, makes me feel a bit sick looking down there. It's a very small pool, but that said, MSC cruise ships have quite a lot of pools, so it's fine for one of them to be small, I think. That's my rules. That's my rules. Okay, so on to our last question, which is, what is the biggest cruise ship in the world? In the entire world? Wayne says, Seaside is nice ship, poor entertainment. I kind of feel like that with a lot of MSC. I really like the Cirque du Soleil shows. I think they're fantastic. But the problem MSC has is that they can't really speak a language because there's like 8 languages spoken on board. So what they have to do is they kind of, the music is very like boobity boobity boop boop boop. There's no words to it. It's very bobbity boop. And it's very interpretive. It's very dancey. It's very kind of flashing lights and bright. It is fine, but it's not kind of the sort of entertainment you'd get on Norwegian or Royal Caribbean, because without being able to speak a language, how are they supposed to do that? It's entertaining. The shows are short. They're quite funny, but I wouldn't say it's the same. So the answer right now is Symphony of the Seas. Yes, well done, Jenny. Well done, Michael. Well done to Todd, my patron number 1 in here. Thank you. Welcome, thank you, and welcome to all of my other patrons who are in here. It's so nice to see your names go by. I appreciate you guys doing some admin-y, checking on the chat for me. Appreciate it. Do they do the shows in multiple languages? Most of the shows just don't have spoken language, really, at all. I'm not doing that again. That was my best boopity boop boop boop. That's just how I think it is, to be honest. Oh, Mike says Bermuda is lovely but very expensive. Many residents work in the insurance industry and earn £150,000 a year. Emma, do you earn that much? As if I earn that much. I would move to Bermuda tomorrow if they'd give me £150,000. That'd be amazing. Think how close I would be to all the cruises over there. That'd be so good. David says he got 14 out of 15 despite my model of Disney lifeboat is orange. Ooh, interesting. Is your model just different from the real life ship? is it technically you're cheating if you're looking at a model instead of using your memory? I'm not sure. But 14 out of 15 is very, very good. Let me know how many you got. Seems like you guys did quite well this time. Seems like it was a bit easier this time. But sometimes I make these very, very difficult. Cool. I'm glad you like my bobbity boop boop boop. That's just what I think of MSC as. They do a good job considering what they have to do. But that said, when I took a Costa cruise, they have so many languages on board and they did things kind of more in English. But yeah. Mr. Wigan Dave says 15 out of 15 could be my last week. Back to working from the office next week. Lockdown is over. This will not be the same without you, Mr. Wigan Dave. You've been here since the beginning. Not be good. Please all share this with one friend so that we can keep this going and keep this up for as long as we can. 5 out of 15, wish I joined on time. Fair enough. Well done for getting 5 out of 15. Well done to everybody who joined me, and thank you for being the highlight of your week. This has very much cheered me up. When I came on here, I felt like a little ball of stress. Now I feel very relaxed, ready to go and do my family trivia now. So I do have to go and then have dinner and then do all that stuff. So as Liam says, leave a like. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will catch you same time, same place next week. Bye.